Seem like every time I do these videos, I'm in another room, right? um, well, y'all know it's Thursday, so y'all rocking with your man Sean. Better known as Beats on T. Thank you once again for tuning into the brotherhood, and most importantly for being patient with your boy. Um, I'm in Ghost for a minute. It's been a lot going on, family shit, job shit, personal shit, you name it. You know, um, excuse me, but that's a part of life. Um, this week's topic is mental health. It's actually funny that that's the topic this week because that exact thing almost prevented me from even doing the video this week. It's just a lot going on, and when you get just mentally and pretty much mentally exhausted, it's just like, man, do the little bit that needs to absolutely get done and just fuck everything else. But at the end of the day, we do this for something bigger than ourselves. So I was like, man, I can't not do it again. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to keep this straight to the point, because I really do not have any time to edit. The basic minimal stuff that I do I cannot do on this video this time. So we just gonna have to get it done in one take, get it up there and out there for y'all. When it comes to mental health, I think that's something that it's starting to slowly be acknowledged in a lot of families. I know it's almost non-existent, so to speak, in the black community. Not in the sense that it's not there, but in the sense that it's rarely talked about and rarely acknowledged. For my family, anyway. I'm not gonna speak for everyone else's, but every black family that I know, just about every family that I know, but mainly, the black ones in particular, they do not openly discuss that sort of thing. It has to really come to a point where some shit really go down for them to even acknowledge that there could be a bigger issue, other than somebody just throwing a temper tantrum or being dramatic or something like that, or being emotional. But it's a very real thing. I think that some people use mental health as an excuse. Not all, but some. I do believe they do. I've heard people that I know personally, some that I'm even related to, they'll say, oh, well, I did such and such, or such and such happened, but it's cool because I got this and that going on, and this, that, and the third. Like, if you know what the issue is and you're not doing anything to address it or fix it, like, that's an issue. To me, I feel like you're using it as a crutch at that point, and that's not okay. It's okay that I did that, because don't forget I'm XYZ. Like, that's not cool. I mean, and it's like a slap in the face for people who, like, really, I'm trying to get situated and I can't. It's like a slap in the face for people who really got stuff going on, but I think that it's sometimes it's like a real thin line between like really having something going on and then it just being life taking its toll, because somebody could be depressed, for example, and then you could have someone else who just lost their job. Maybe they just went through a breakup or a divorce or something like that. Then they have a death in the family. They're probably gonna get depressed for a little while. Things happen, life happens. It'll put you in a funk, it'll put you in a mood. That doesn't necessarily mean that that person needs medication. I don't have anything against medication. I also just do not think that that is the only answer um, for everything, you know. I'm trying to think. Another thing about mental health, uh, it bothers me a lot that there are like you can feel as though you're good, like, and you may not feel like you have anything going on with your mental health, and you know who you are, you know you're trans, all that, but there's still people out there who look at being trans as a mental disorder. And that shit bugs me. It pisses me off. I have to remind myself though that people only gonna understand shit from their level of perception. So when I'm around people like that and they make comments and I realize that that's what they think and that's what they believe, like, it takes a lot to not say something, you know, but not necessarily not say something, but not get disrespectful and rude, and, you know, express how I truly feel about their comments, I guess, you know. So a lot of times I'll try not to say anything at all, because with things I feel real passionate about, I can't control the way it comes out, and it doesn't always come out in the best way. I have a tendency to, I guess, be too blunt sometimes. I don't know. I get that shit from my mom. I really can't help it. It's an Italian thing. But yeah, some people believe it's a mental disorder, and it's not. You know, it's no different than somebody being born with an extra fucking toe, or somebody being born with fucking 2 sets of genitals. You know what I'm saying? And then now one of them got whichever one they're not has to get taken off, obviously. I mean, and for people to honestly believe that a baby can be born with both sets of genitals, and to think that something can't go on with genetics and DNA and just the whole cell building process, whereas though it just does not go the way it was intended to go, or the way it should have gone. Or I can't even say that because everything happens for a reason, but to think that the actual sex of a child born can be different than how the body ends up forming, like, to think that that's not possible is crazy. Kids are born with both sets of genitals, and you don't think that that's possible? Okay, so for those people that feel that way, that's fine. You're entitled to your own beliefs. Like I be telling y'all all the time, you can have that closed-minded, ignorant mindset. Just stay the fuck from around me. I mean, you can come around me, but I'm going to ask you questions, and you're probably going to get upset because I'm not going to let up, because it's going to boil down to me asking you, since you have all the answers, please tell me which came first, the chicken or the egg. I would love to know. And then when you answer that question, then I will proceed to ask you to explain to me, well, how did we go from dinosaurs to humans? And if we evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? You know, and so on and so forth. So that's just a whole discussion that people just try to avoid with me, because I don't stop. You know, so basically what it all boils down to is you don't know. Shit does happen. And I'm a firm believer that the same way somebody can be born, not choose, okay, it's a difference, but be born attracted to the same sex, the same way somebody can be born with both genitals. Somebody can be born with incorrect genitals. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that do wake up and they play with it. I'm gonna try being with a woman today. See if I like it. Test it out. See what it's all about. Then they end up, being with a man again. And same thing for men. Oh, go be on some down low shit and then come back, bounce back like I never left the heterosexual world. People wake up and decide one day, oh, I think I'm gonna try this trans shit out. Maybe it's for me. And there are people like that out there. I'm not saying that that's everybody, but the people like that make a bad name and create a stereotype around those of us, that live this and breathe this and struggle day to day with all of the bullshit that comes with this. Trying to be true to you and live your best life while everybody's telling you everything about it is wrong or that it's a mental disorder and things like that. So I don't know, it's frustrating. But that kind of was only on my mind because there is, and I wouldn't be surprised if she sees this video, there's a friend of my wife's, I'll just leave it at that, whose kid came out as trans. I don't want to get into any specifics. She spoke to me about it, and the comments she made just kind of let me know, just flat out, where her mental is, like on some honest to God shit about it, and she doesn't understand it. So I hope for her sake that her kid isn't trans, like legit trans, and maybe just not necessarily your everyday thought of what a heterosexual woman is supposed to be. I know is definitely not that, but I hope she's not really trans, because if she is, I'm gonna pray for her whole situation, because as her dysphoria increases, she hasn't changed her pronoun, so but as the dysphoria increases, we'll just say that, just keep it neutral, it is going to make life extremely difficult for this individual, because mom don't get it. She thinks she does, because she doesn't feel negatively about it, but she has no idea. She doesn't understand. She doesn't get it at all. Most people don't. They think they do and they don't. But whatever. It's part of their mentality. All kinds of ties into the whole mental part of everything. But anyway, I say that to say this. Those of y'all that watch this that are not trans, please understand that being trans is not a mental health disorder. If you believe that, then you need to stop listening to people who are not fucking trans telling you what being trans is. That's like sitting down with someone who is a different ethnicity and having them tell you what it is to be black, or how it is to be white, or how it is to be, Spanish, or, so on and so forth. You would never fucking know. If you want to know, go to the root, okay? Not the leaf that fell off and blew away 5 seasons ago. Go to the root and ask. And if you ain't got the balls to sit down and ask somebody at the root, then you don't deserve no motherfucking answer. Straight up. There's too many trans brothers and sisters out here sharing their journey, but yo ass to walk around being the fuck ignorant, not understanding really what's going on. If you want to know, you're going to do your research. It's the internet. It's 2018. There's too much knowledge out here for you to walk around being the fuck dumb. If you're doing it, that's your choice. And again, stay the fuck from around me. I ain't got no motherfucking room for you in my vicinity. You know what I'm saying? But those of y'all that are struggling with mental health, don't ignore it. A lot of people do self-soothe with alcohol, pills, marijuana. Not against that whatsoever, but don't use it to escape your problems. that's when it becomes a gateway drug, because that is not what marijuana is for. Okay, if you use it for that, one day you're gonna realize it does not take the pain away. It does not take your mind off of shit. If anything, it probably makes you focus on it more. Um, and that's when it becomes dangerous and a gateway drug, you know. Uh, but if you're doing everything in your power, natural, you know, changing your diet, exercising, I mean, everything that can be done, and it's just not enough, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Like I said, I'm not against meds, but you know, don't be that person that uses something as a crutch. You know, if something happens, you're gonna get upset for a little while. That doesn't mean you need meds. Don't medicate yourself unless it needs to be done. You know, that's all I'm saying. You know, that shit, to do it unnecessarily, I just don't do it. You know, I really don't want to offend anybody, but I have so many relatives that suffer from mental illness, that are like gone from mental illness. I've worked around adults and children with mental illnesses, so I'm not talking out of my ass just because I'm not speaking politically correct and all of that. Just understand, like, I'm not coming at you on no bullshit. Some people need meds, others don't. Some people just need to get their shit together. Some people just need to put on their big girl panties or their big boy boxers or briefs, whatever you prefer, and take life by the balls and just make it do what it do. And other times it's legit a situation where you need to go ahead and talk to somebody, see about, you know, some type of meds. But I really understand your situation. Don't just settle for medicating yourself. You know what I'm saying? And understand there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's nothing to be ashamed of, you know. I wish the older generations would understand that, you know. They call things that aren't mental illnesses mental illness, and then the things that truly are, they don't feel. It's a mental illness. It's some ass backward shit, but it is what it is, you know. But that's my 2 cents on it. You know, I apologize. No editing, bad lighting. Uh, I need a haircut. It's just all kind of stuff going on. But you know, I ain't wanna not get at y'all. So, been rocking with your man Sean. Better known as Beats on T. You're watching the Brotherhood. Peace.